Hey guys, Matt here. This is my review of Man of Steel. This movie is directed by Zack Snyder, who previously directed 300, Watchmen, and Sucker Punch. The movie stars Henry Cavill, Amy Adams, and Michael Shannon, with Diane Lane, Kevin Costner, and Russell Crowe. With this being a Zack Snyder film, I thought the action and CGI were the only changes he was going to make to the Superman franchise. Well, I was wrong, because with this reboot, he doesn't exactly tell it chronologically. I'm not going to say he Tarantino'd the movie and mixed it all up, but his origins, instead of being told from a young boy to him growing up, they're actually told in flashbacks. Also, his introduction to Lois Lane and the Daily Planet are also a bit different, but the essential storyline of who he is, where he came from, and who the villain is, it's all still there. As far as the acting goes, the acting was spot on. Henry Cavill as Superman, both the Kansas farm boy who loves his family, but also the Man of Steel fighting for truth and justice. All my doubts about him were right out the window, because he was really good. Amy Adams as Lois Lane. I like Amy Adams as an actress. I kind of felt her character was a little too smart for her own good, but she played a reporter, so she had to be hardworking and determined and whatnot, so she pulled it off. However, they did something a little too early in the movie for me. If you've seen the show Smallville, then you'll understand what I'm talking about. Also, Michael Shannon as Zod. I like the villain of Zod, and I like the idea of him. However, Michael Shannon playing him just kind of felt like Michael Shannon playing another character. He didn't have an accent. There was really nothing any different from the last couple characters Michael Shannon has played. However, I did like the ingenuity behind the villain. I liked what he was fighting for, and I liked what he embodied, but he still sounded like Michael Shannon. Supporting characters worked. Kevin Costner as Jonathan Kent, Diane Lane as Martha Kent, Russell Crowe as Jor-El, Superman's biological father. They were all supposed to embody good, humbling, nurturing characters, and they did just that. Even Christopher Maloney was in the movie. He plays a general in the army. Good job. He's always been a good actor. And then you have a female in the movie. Her character's name is Feora. She's like Zod's #1 henchwoman. She's a German actress. I forget her name. Really good interaction between her and Christopher Maloney's character. Like, they have some fight scenes in the movie and they're just awesome. The only supporting character I had a problem with was Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White. Now, I understand that character has to be in the Superman story somewhere, but being played by Lawrence Fishburne really wasn't anything special. People may go into this movie wanting to compare it to one of two things, either The Dark Knight or the original Superman movie. But I would actually say this movie is more like the last Spider-Man film, in the sense that Zack Snyder didn't take all of the Superman characters, characteristics, events, and everything we know about Superman and cram it down our throats. He didn't make things apparent. Zack Snyder actually did a nice job balancing the characters and things that we wanted in the movie that weren't, with characters that were still from Superman origins and lore and whatnot that we didn't expect. For everything that we didn't have to look for, whether it was a person or a place, we have to look forward to in later sequels. If you've seen any of Zack Snyder's films, then you know that two things make his movies great, and that's the action and special effects and the music. And both of those things in this movie were just awesome and epic. Hans Zimmer's score in this was just so uplifting. It reminded me a lot of the original Superman theme. It doesn't sound like it, but it's still like, oh man, I'm pumped up, I'm ready. And then the action in this movie was just great, from the opening credits to the end credits. Every time there was an action sequence and fight scene, you're like, how could this get any better? And then it did. It's just so good. The action was so intense, it'll have you saying, please throw another car or destroy another building. And I love Superman too, but the fight scene at the end of this movie between Zod and Superman, so good. It rivals that of even the third Matrix movie. So because this movie had awesome action, great music, some emotional scenes, good acting, and a good overall story being told, I'm going to give Man of Steel an A. I definitely recommend this movie for both comic book fans and non-comic book fans alike. I'm definitely going to buy this when it comes out on Blu-ray. And this just goes to show you that the only two things seemingly DC has going for it is Batman and Superman. So until next time, guys, see ya.